Can 1 hour a night beat a lifetime of chaos? That's the question I'm betting on this week. Because last week, I failed. The goal was simple: register the business, file the paperwork, go from being the guy with the ideas to actually being the founder of an actual entity. It didn't happen. But here's the thing. It wasn't laziness. I was working, debugging, planning. I was busy every single day. The problem was entropy. In physics, entropy is the natural slide towards disorder. In business, it's what happens when you have 10 open tabs, 3 half-built apps, and 0 systems to process any of it. I'm describing my life. Chaos doesn't need your permission. It wins by default when the system is undefined. This is week 6 of documenting everything. Building software, building a channel, trying to build a business, all while working full-time. 30 days in, the code is getting marginally better, but the structure around it is failing. The registration stalled because I couldn't find a name. Not come up with a brand name, that was easy enough, but a philosophy. I wanted the name of this company to describe a way of working, not just a logo on a letterhead. And that search sent me down a rabbit hole that changed everything. First of all, before I tell you what I found, let's look at the evidence from last week. So, 3 apps, 1 channel, 1 brain. Clinify, my clinical documentation tool, is finally behaving, more or less. The desktop to phone sync is fixed, which was a major technical bottleneck. But I also found a competitor with real traction this week. A reminder that despite clean code, if you can't get your product to market, it means absolutely nothing. Now the good news here is that I have a pivot which better aligns with the intention behind Clinify when I first started to make it, and I'll be working on that going forwards, hopefully separating myself and the competitor that I found. The domain app is making a bit of progress. I've got meetings with 2 different parties this week who are interested in sales and for marketing. That's a bit of market signal, if nothing else. In ClaimFlow, the insurance claims tool, now the conversational logic works. It systematically interviews users and extracts structured data with accuracy. So the verdict: progress is real, but inefficient. Structure is missing. None of these are businesses yet. They're just tasks wearing a business costume. And that's when it clicked. My business problem is my life problem. I don't have a registration problem. I don't have a naming problem. I don't have a creativity problem. I have an entropy problem. Creative ideas start chaotically. In the beginning, I'm full of excitement. They feel like they have limitless potential. But in those states, they're high entropy, scattered and noisy, competing for attention. They need a refining process to become something real. On one side, raw potential, disorder trending towards decay. On the other side, structured energy trending toward impact. I finally believe and hope that the gap between them isn't talent. I think it's systems. So welcome to Negentropy Labs. I'm naming it after the solution. Negentropy from thermodynamics is entropy that a living system exports in order to maintain its own internal order. It's the active resistance against decay. My job isn't to write code. My job is to import energy and export order. Every day, every night, without exception. And that brings me to the core philosophy of this entire channel. I don't need more motivation. I don't need another productivity app. I don't need another better idea. I need a machine, a system over willpower, every time. So the protocol effectively looks at the 4 inputs. Currently, chaotic. Number 1, no registered business. Number 2, no consistent video creation pipeline. 3, a growing bug queue across all 3 apps. And number 4, 0 go-to-market strategy for any of them. Like I said, 4 inputs, total chaos. And here's the order: a registration filed, a video shipped, bugs squashed, marketing lessons learned. The same 4 categories, but processed. Now the constraint, the system in the middle. The problem is I can't rely on just finding time. My days are unpredictable. I work 10 to 12 hour shifts. There's emergencies, there's life. So I'm installing a hard constraint, the Negentropy Hour. 1 hour every day or every night in this case. No exceptions, no negotiations. 1 hour. Effectively, in my case, they'll be divided up into 4 blocks, 15 minutes each. 1 on ensuring the businesses is registered and filed. 2 on the creation of the video for that week. Number 3 on all the bugs that need addressing. And 4 on the research and implementation of the go-to-market strategy. But here's the key. 15 minutes is useless if you spend the first 10 thinking. So there's a pre-flight. 10 minutes before I start, or in my case, at 20 past 9, the tabs are open, the specs are written, the targets are set. At 21:30, I stop exploring. I execute. If the tabs aren't open, that block is forfeit. So, next week we'll find out either 1 hour of systematic energy defeats a lifetime of entropy, or I will have a very clear public failure to document. Either way, you'll see it here. Also, if you're tired of vibing life and your processes and you want to start building systems, comment Negentropy. I'll share the full protocol template with you. I'm happy to get in a conversation and explain to you what my thinking is and have a little bit of a constructive debate on this. Subscribe if you want to see this experiment play out in real time. See you in week 7.